Okay, so we got that sorted out. This is a new product. As I was telling you guys, this is a cool tool, guys. Dealer Techs, like I said, you definitely want to go ahead and get this or get your shop to buy it for you. This is kind of a tool that they would have as a shop tool. If you have a smaller company, if you work for like Camping World or Blue Compass or somewhere, they probably won't buy it for you. Maybe if you have a good manager, they can like do a requisition and get it. Like I said, because the Tacontra one is like $500, so you know, lot of those shops, those Blue Compass, Camping World places like that, they're all flat rate, and you know they make the techs buy everything. They got to buy all the tools, so really, shop tools really don't exist a whole lot. They had a few things while I worked for those companies that were shop tools, but like when it was John's RV, when Blue Compass was John's RV in Lexington, South Carolina, like they had a lot of shop tools. So, but that's not the way the big companies do it. They, make techs buy everything. So it's something that can speed you up, flat rate guys, especially, come back, send the trailer out. You should be checking it before you sent it out. And typically what people are doing at the dealership, they're just shorting these two pins, taking a jumper. This is a special adapter, so all the pins aren't in here, but they're just taking a jumper, and that'll turn on all the lights. They're not really checking functionality as far as the signal lights, the brake lights, making sure the brake is engaged and things like that. That's where this comes in hand. It's pretty sleek, has a little antenna on the back, so you can use this remote control, so you can do this by yourself. Has a power button on the back. It's really nice. This thing has a really nice build quality. I think it was like $200 on Amazon. And USB-C charging, so it has a built-in internal battery that you don't have to mess with. So the only thing that they should have probably did a little better is, I don't know, you got to read the manual to find out what, see, like the A button turns on the backup lights. Press the A button again, it turns it off. The B button, trailer marker light, so it's kind of going in order, and then you can double click for other functions. So as you can see, the left turn signal, it actually has a flasher in there. All right, turn C off. We're gonna hit D. You actually got your flasher, and then back up. A lot of trailers don't have reverse lights. A lot of trailers don't have reverse lights, but if you do, you have that feature as well. The one that I wanted the most is the brake, because this is applying power to the brake. So when you're doing brake work, especially after you change brakes and you need to make sure all your wiring is correct, you could spin the wheel, hit this button, and it's going to apply power to the brakes. And you can know if your brakes are locking up right and stuff like that. Same thing with the brake adjustment. A little less with a brake adjustment because those brakes should already be working. You're just adjusting them out based on mileage. But yeah, guys, this is a super cool tool. This is something that you're going to want to have. My RV guys, it comes with a couple adapters. This is an adapter, so you can go from this 7-way and test your lighting on your 4-flat, 5-flat. So it comes with that adapter. Like, comes with the remote control. Turn it off. And it comes with a little truck adapter. So when you find out that the trailer is fine, you can plug this in and show them that, hey, you got a problem with your truck. Typically a fuse. So most of the times, mobile guys and service, we're more so concerned with the, especially on service at the dealerships and stuff. You're more so only concerned with the trailer. You're not really trying to troubleshoot their truck. For my mobile guys, we probably would kind of troubleshoot the truck for them a little bit, but then you get into liability. That's why I stay away from the trucks, and I even stopped doing like oil changes and things like that on the motorhomes because of the liability. It's just a extra layer of liability that you don't want. you can make a mistake, or somebody could scam you and say, "Oh, my motor's locked up. You right after you change my oil, and they could have had issues the whole time, but they're not going to tell you that." So I stopped doing oil changes, altogether. Only thing I'll change your oil on is a generator. I'll service a generator, and that's about it. But as far as their vehicles, unless it's a really good customer of mine, I really just don't take the liability. Plus, it's super expensive for me to do it because I charge my normal rate plus the cost of supplies like the oil, the filter, and stuff, which is coming from a standard retail outlet. So the oil change ends up being like $400 or $500, and most people don't want to pay it. I deal with a lot of clients that will pay it because they want the convenience of having it done at their house or whatever. And then you also have to worry about, oil spilling on their nice concrete. It's just, you got to lay out a lot of pig mats, stuff like that. And it's just too much liability. That's why I don't do it anymore. But this is a great tool, guys. Super small. You can see it. Size. It's smaller than this DeWalt fast charger. As far as length, it's about the same depth, a little bigger, but it's real handy. It has the built-in handle, really good build quality, aluminum body. This thing is quality all the way around as far as the build quality. And it's not something that, well, if you work in a trailer shop, like the people that sell enclosed trailers and stuff like that, you probably would use this every day. Every trailer that goes out of the door, you should be using something like this so you can actually test the functionality of the trailer. Let's go for a demonstration. I got my trailer here. I was actually inside the trailer, so I'm just gonna unplug my 7-way. And I have drugged this. I need to replace this because I didn't have it plugged up one day and it drugged down the road for a few miles before I figured it out because certain features on my truck were not working. Let's get this plugged up. In there enough. Yeah, we'll see. Turn it on. Oh yeah, I had a feeling about that. This is the only cheesy part. The little rubber thing for the antenna. Yeah, it's a little cheesy. So let's set that right there. I kind of want it facing the antenna, kind of facing the back. I don't need to see the lights. I can look at the lights on the trailer, and then I'll pull the antenna up and see what the range is like on the antenna. Since I know the bottom ones are like the signal lights, so there you go. That's D, and I know C is the other signal light. All right. I know A is the marker lights, I believe. I believe A is the marker lights. Oh, I think A is the brake. All right. So B is the marker lights. So A is the brakes. B is the marker lights. So I got LED ones. I can actually see them. All the lights are lit. So the range on this is pretty good. This 14-foot trailer, so it works fine for my trailer. So you know, the thing works, and it has some more features like the backup lights and some of the buttons. If you double click them, they do different things, but that's the main thing, guys. So as you can see, this is a good product. It's a good alternative to a lot of the other ones that are on the market that either don't have this convenience or don't have the feature set. I'll plug that in later. So one of the most popular ones that's been around is like the Ranger Mutt, the MUTT. And not to take anything away from that product, but it's kind of old school design, and they still make it the same way. It doesn't come with a battery. You have to put the battery in it, and you have to walk back and forth. These people who designed this, they hit it right out of the park by making it small and light. It probably just has one of these little type Mighty Max lithium batteries in it. They also did great on the build quality, making out of aluminum instead of cheap plastic. The buttons, very high quality buttons that light up. It's like they could have made this way cheaper, especially for the price point, but they chose to make a good quality product. You know, you shouldn't have to pay $400 for, you know, a simple device that you could build to check your lights, you know. But like I said, that brake feature is going to be key when you're doing your brakes. That's going to be sweet, because what do we normally do, guys, right? When you're doing that test after you replace the brakes, you're running up there and you're yanking out the emergency brake cable to apply the brakes. So that's that. Like I said, I still might get the Takancha one because it shows amperage. It has like a built-in voltmeter, and like it'll tell you your current draw, and I think it might even have resistance built in. Don't quote me on that, just look it up. But it gives you more diagnostic information when you're dealing with a trailer that has problems, you know. So I really like that one. It's between $400 or $500, so you know, this one for me, I can show after I wire up a 7-way. And that's normally, you know, on the service side, that's what I'm doing. Like, I'm replacing a 7-way for somebody. And after I replace that 7-way, or, you know, a person thinks they have a problem with the 7-way, they want to replace it. It could be the truck. I want to show them that it works, and I want to know for myself that everything works. So if they plug it up to their truck and it doesn't work, well, then you got to deal with your truck, because I can verify that my installation and my repair was done correctly because of this box right here. So that's pretty sweet, guys. That's what we got this morning. No, I don't think I ordered any more tools. I gotta this thing is kind of busted up, and the magnets have shifted, and it's kind of rounded off on the bottom, and it won't stick properly anymore because of how it's all bent up. But that came off Snap-on truck. That Snap-on, it was like $66, and it has a lifetime warranty. And even though it's this like cheap plastic, like two plastic, you know, blow molded plastic things fused together, you know, it was kind of cheaply made, but it worked well, and I've used it for years. And for parts disassembly, you can see all the grease marks because I was last using it on a brake job. It has held up well and suffered a little abuse, as most of our Snap-on tools do. The people who are buying these Snap-on tools are probably in an environment or in a demanding profession to where the tools are gonna, you know, really get put through the paces. So it's lifetime warranty. I've already texted my dealer so he can get me another one, and that's just one of the benefits of buying that Snap-on stuff. And Icon off, you know, Harbor Freight has their Icon line, and they got a lifetime warranty on their stuff too. And it would have been even easier, but they have nowhere near the product line of Snap-on. Like, they'll never be able to touch Snap-on on product line. You know, they can get a few products here and there, and I buy them, but you'll never get the tool selection from Harbor Freight that you have on your truck. So yeah, I don't think they sell anything like that. If they did, I probably would buy it from them. But that's at such a low price point, it'll be hard for them to to copy that. It wouldn't be real profitable for them. So in this case, I wish they did, because it's a lot easier just to go into the store and swap it out than to wait for my dealer to order it. But I will be still using it. I no longer can store it on the side of this toolbox like I used to, but I'll still be using it. It's a little bent up, banged up, but I'll get another one. So that's what we got, guys. I gotta go hunt down an XGT 40-volt battery that I'm missing so I can charge it. I'm charging batteries this morning before I got a 1 o'clock, and that's why I'm out here in the trailer, man. You know, looking at all my stuff and making sure I got everything strapped in, ready to go. So that's what we got. I'll catch you later. RV Tech Pro out.